Hi everybody, today is August 3rd, 2014. There's been a lot of talk of a vaccine. There is no vaccine, it's all lies. Some interesting information, there's only actually one lab in the entire United States designed to handle this virus and to create a vaccine. This comes from Galveston, Texas. The Ebola virus is one of the deadliest on the planet, and the current outbreak is the worst in the world has ever seen since the virus surfaced in the late 1970s. Ebola causes organ failure and internal as well as external bleeding. It should say here that it was thought it was contracted by coming in contact with an infected person's bodily fluid. But in 2012 it was proven by Canadian scientists that in fact you can contract it through breathing the same air as somebody who has the virus. So what is the University of Texas medical branch professor Thomas Geisbert doing with the virus in his Galveston lab? We're trying to improve the vaccines, improve the treatment, and really kind of support the effort in that manner. Now, he doesn't mention Ebola. All he says is we're trying to improve the vaccines. What kind of vaccines? He doesn't say improve the treatment and really kind of support the efforts in that manner. It said Geisbert of the school's Department of Microbiology and Immunology. So people take this and say, oh, look, they got a vaccine. No, they do not have a vaccine. They have vaccines for other types of viruses. That's what they're working on there. Nowhere in that statement does it say that they are working on improving a vaccine for Ebola. No. But other articles say he's working on a vaccine for Ebola. Just how long has he been working on this? It was reported on October 6, 2010, that Ebola experts had joined UTMB. Gee, you would think since they started working on this in 2010, they would have something. Nope, they don't. Tom and Joanne Geisbert bring a wealth of experience that will help us jumpstart our program on hemorrhagic fever viruses and provide valuable leadership as we train students, staff, and facility for work in the new containment laboratories in the Galveston National Laboratory, said James LeDuc, director of the GNL. We're especially pleased and proud that Tom and Joanne have chosen Galveston as their new home. Scott Weaver, the GNL Scientific Director and the Director of the UTMB Health Institute for Human Infections and Immunity, concurred, saying the Geisberts are highly experienced in biosafety level for containment research, having worked extensively at the U.S. Army Medical Research Institute for Infectious Diseases. This background makes them ideal additions to our program in biodefense and emerging infectious diseases. In a way, you like how it's phrased, in a way, Thomas Geisbert has been involved in high containment research for his entire life. His father worked at facilities engineered for the Research Institute. In 1985, young Geisbert joined the Institute, where he began to work in Biosafety Level 3 and Biosafety Level 4 labs. At the time, Joan Geisbert was already a veteran technician, having started work at the facility in 1974. The Geisberts had their first encounter with Ebola when tissue samples from monkeys thought to have been infected with the relatively benign, similar hemorrhagic fever virus were brought to the Army facility for analysis. An episode made famous by Richard Preston's terrifying bestseller, The Hot Zone. Thomas Geisbert's electron microscope images gave the first hint that the monkey had actually contracted a strain of Ebola viruses whose most lethal form killed between 50 and 90% of those infected. So he has worked at the university there in Galveston, Texas since 2010, but he's not working on Ebola. He's teaching students. He's a professor teaching classes. They work there to improve virus vaccines they already have. There is no vaccine for Ebola. That is what this statement says. We really try to improve the vaccines, improve the treatments, and really kind of support the efforts in that manner. So I don't know what they're going to be lining people up, maybe in September they say they'll have shots, but it ain't going to be for Ebola. It's going to be something else. Okay, originally when they developed a polio vaccine that they found out later that actually caused cancer, where was that developed? And once they realized what they had developed, they took it and made it into a cancer that will kill people within a month. Where was that developed? U.S. Medical Research Institute. I don't care if you believe me or not. Look it up. And now we're hearing about other types of vaccines that have bug DNA in them and GMO DNA. All I can say is we're in trouble. 60 to 90% death rate. I guess they want to make sure that the job's done right, right? All right, put your thoughts and comments down below. Bookmark my site. I'll keep you up to date. Please stay safe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless you.